Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
Oh, but you are worthy, sister. You are worthy. Remember Wayne's World? When Wayne and Garth would be doing the, say hands up in the air, do you know what I mean? That scene when they're like, we're not worthy, I'm not worthy, I think they were talking about a certain, who was the woman that was in, that they talk about, that they were, Gaga over the, I can't remember, but anyways, you are worthy. You are worthy, sister. Let's speak into this, because this is the theme that I'm seeing come up with the women that connect with me, the women that coach with me, my clients. And even when I just reflect back on the years of doing this work, when I reflect on the years of coaching in a different way as a chiropractor for 14 years, there was this feeling of unworthiness that seems to be this insidious virus that moves throughout most of us at some point in our lives. And for a lot of us, it's still there. Now, we can do all the mental work and go, I am worthy and I am deserving of stuff. And look at the success I've made, or look at the results of my life, or look at all the good things, or all this stuff. And we can kind of speak into it. We can intellectually know it. We can intellectually believe it. We can have other people tell us that, we can have other people affirm it. But the challenge is, it is wired into the subconscious program that most of us are running off of. So we don't even realize that we are running this, right? And so how does unworthiness show up? Well, it shows up in things like self-sabotage, right? You've done that before. Everybody has. You get to the end of something, you get close to the end of something, and you don't complete it, right? Whether it's like a fitness program, is a project you were working on, and you look back and you make all sorts of kind of reasons and excuses, like, well, I was tired, well, I was, But if you're really being honest, you're like, man, that was me. Like, I just dropped that ball. Dropped it like a hot potato. Like, that's what I've done. Well, not even doing it now. It's like you're unconscious about it, right? And then you go through this thing of, this is where it becomes like a circle. Because then you drop the thing, you don't complete, you self-sabotage, and then because there is somewhat of an awareness of self-sabotage, then you beat yourself up, right? And then you go, see, I'm a piece of shit. See, I am not worthy. See, I don't follow through. See, I don't do what I say I'm going to do. And it feeds it. It feeds it, right? And then maybe there's some space and time. You listen to this podcast, you listen to something else, you read a book, you go hear somebody speak, you have a conversation with a close friend, you go, got it. I'm back on. Woo! I got my mojo back, right? But the challenge lies in that ego has this in its back pocket going, ooh, sister, I can't wait to unload this one because, oh, aren't you cute? Thinking that you got this. Well, the thing is I got my hooks in you. You and I have been chilling for years and decades here, so you're going to move forward, but it's almost like, imagine that there's like a bungee cord attached to you, right? And you go running forward, and there is a point where it's going to reach its end, right? Its maximum pull, and then you can't go any further, and then you catapult back. And sometimes you're going to catapult back, not just to where you were, but back further. You go further back. And then you have some time and space again, and then you speak to somebody, you listen to something, you read something, you journal something comes through you in meditation, you go, I got this, I'm going to go. And it's like it just keeps continuing, right? Do you hear that? Does that resonate with you, right? Are you kind of nodding your head and going like, oh my God, I've freaking done that. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it in me at times too, totally. I'm not immune to this. The difference is the awareness of this. The difference is seeing it. It's not about never doing that again, but it's about realizing that there are these subconscious programs that we need to shine a light on. We can't keep just running from them. We can't just keep affirming them and not actually doing the real work, what some people will refer to as spiritual bypassing, right? Like, you can use, listen, affirmations, it's a powerful, and an I am statement is powerful. It is powerful. It starts to bring stuff into your energetic field and your vibration. Do not discount the power of that, but the thing is they have to be used in a, like, you believe that stuff, you know it, you bring it in. It's a different energy. But if there's, muddy waters, then we gotta clean up the water. We gotta clean up the muddy water first, right? Do you get that? Do you get that? I know you do. And it's the thing that we often don't want to face, because that's the real fucking work, right? That's the real work. Let me unpack this shit. It's a real therapy word, but I'm using it. Let me unpack this shit. And let's take a look at what we got, right? What do we get in the packages that are your life to take a look at, right? And being able to really take a look at it clearly. And be able to now use tools and do things, which the beginning, yes, is awareness, is shining a light. Brene Brown talks about that shame can't exist if you shine the light on it. Like, when you talk about shame, like, it dissipates the shame. When you let it hide, when you let it fester, when you keep putting it under the rug, when you just go, I'm fine, when it's, you're not, and it's okay to not be fine. That just builds and builds and builds. It's like, it feeds it. It just gets bigger and bigger. Just because we get a bigger rug to hide on, it doesn't mean that it's not there. So here's what I want you to hear in all this, and then I'll give you something to do at the end of this. But this is the direction of my coaching now. This is me really listening and understanding and seeing patterns over these 3.5 years or so of just like, man, there's some bigger things to be talked about than setting goals. Goals are cool. Goals are great. Sure, like, do the things you need to, but like, these are the things. That's the easy, if you will. People think that's the hard stuff. Oh, I just need to be held accountable. Oh, I have to be more disciplined. Okay, all those things are great too. All those things have value, but this is where the work is, right? This is where it really is. This is the difference between when I was in practice, when we had patients that really understood health, right? They really were, they were grounded in their philosophy and their understanding and their, not even belief, their knowing that their body is born with innate ability to heal. That's how we come into this world. Not sick, not something wrong with us, perfect. And they understand that their body is always, moving towards a state of health, not disease. Right? It's that homeostasis. It is this balance. It's when things get out of balance that things now start to tip, right? And it's not because you have certain genes or you ate the wrong foods. Well, I mean, listen, nutrition can be a pretty piece of it. So let me just put that on the shelf. But, it's not because you deserved it or, you're being punished. And, like, it's none of those things. It's just really understanding that things are out of balance right now and your body's alerting you to it. But it wants to heal. It wants to give. It wants to be well, right? So I want you to use that concept and understand that universe, source, God, whatever floats your boat, right? Want you to know that you are so fucking worthy. And worthy and deserving are different, right? When someone says, well, I deserve this and I did the work and I deserved it. No, that's different. That's now the voice of ego speaking, saying, where's my stuff? Where's my piece of the pie, right? We don't want to go there. Let's put that deserving thing aside. Worthy is different. Worthy is different. Worthy is knowing that worthiness is your factory default, is how you come into this world. That the universe wants you to know that you are worthy of everything that you desire. You are worthy of expressing your gifts to the world. You're worthy of all the love. You are worthy, sister. Hear this, you are worthy. And for some of you, this might be you, it's going to be hard to hear this. Because it's almost become more comfortable and and it's more familiar to deal with the negativity that the voice is telling you inside, ego, fear. Right? It's all called different kind of things. I used to refer to the voice as kind of like the knowing, the intuition. The voice, Eckhart Tolle talks about in The Power of Now and A New Earth, of the voice is like, it's ego, right? It's he calls it the voices in the head. So same. Okay, whatever language you resonate with. But it might be for you that you have been listening to ego / the voice / mind / fear for so long. That is the familiar conversation. So to have someone, if you don't feel worthy, to have someone go, man, you're awesome, you'll just go, man, that person is full of shit. I don't believe them. I don't trust them, and you'll deflect that. Now, you can deflect it in anger. You can deflect it and you literally just don't even hear them. You can deflect it in saying like, oh, well, it's like no big deal and blah, blah, blah. It could be something simple of someone saying to you like, oh my God, that dress is so beautiful. Yeah, well, like it's just something I found. I got it on sale. It was like half price. Versus, thank you. I feel awesome in it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Do you feel that difference? Right? The latter one is someone who's like feeling in their worthiness, right? The first one is not. Where it doesn't matter how much outside in compliments, feedback, success, it will never be enough because you don't feel like you are enough. So, what do we do with this? Where do we go from here? So, here's what I would like you to do as your more tip for today. I want you to open up your journal, and we're going to do some I am statements, because, these are powerful, and yes, you might not, feel that sense of worthiness right now, which is going to be actually probably pretty much most of you. We all have these pieces. But I want you to write some I am statements, a page in your journal of statements when you take a look at all the ways that you are fucking amazing, sister. I am a loving wife. I am a patient, kind mother. I am a powerful woman. I am beautiful. I am sexy. I am desirable. I am worthy. I am loving my life. I am okay. I am here. I am present. I am receiving of everything that I need. What are your I am statements that I want you to write? That you stop this podcast, you literally pull the car over, use the notes on your phone if you want, pull out your journal, and you write your I am statements. And you feel them, And this may be painful for you. This may be empowering for you. This might be hard for you. This might flow and you go, fuck yes, Karen. But let me tell you something. This is not to take the wind out of your sails, but it's the first piece. It's not the final piece, right? It's not the final piece, but it is the beginning. It is the you of really claiming your worthiness. The first little piece of it. And we will continue this conversation coming up in other episodes as well, too. And listen, this is, again, as I mentioned earlier, this is the direction that I'm being told and guided to really speak into and to share with you. And to share with women around the world. Because it is necessary for us to wake up as a planet. This awakening is happening, this consciousness already, but we need to fully be on. There needs to be enough of us that are really understanding this. That this is bigger than us. And there is that point where things will tip, but we're not here yet. But I know that I'm one of the ones that has been put on this earth to deliver this message. I'm very, very clear on that. And I know that it takes one woman listening to the podcast time, and I know it takes one woman coaching at a time, and then the impact and the ripple that has on with that woman. This is huge. It gets me excited. This is the message. This is the movement with women wanting more now. This is about worthiness. This is about understanding the feminine power, our energy, what we have as gifts to offer the world in that space. And this is about really unpacking all the subconscious programming. And these are the 3 things that we are focusing on for my summer one-on-one coaching. Okay, I've mentioned this a few times in the podcast already. There's 3 spots that are open. One's already been filled this morning. Woman that said, I'm in. I'm going to invest this in myself. Time, energy, money. Like, let's go. I am ready for this. So if you are feeling called to this, here's what I want you to do. Email me at drkarenosburn@gmail.com. drkarenosburn@gmail.com. You can even just go to the website too, drkarenosburn.com, and just send me a message to the contact page. But email is going to be fastest, and say, I would like to apply, because this is my application only. Okay, so this is the beginning. You taking a step and saying, all right, I would like to do this. So email me and say, I would like to apply for one of the 2 remaining spots for the summer coaching. We're going to run June, July, August. We're a little bit into June, so it'll actually run into the beginning of September. And I keep seeing that these spots are going to be filled within the next 3 days. Today's Tuesday as I record this. I'm seeing this by Friday that they'll be filled. So if you're feeling this is the time to step up and take action, even if it scares you right now. That's courage. That's courage saying, it is time. It is time for me. It is time to claim my worthiness. It's time to let go of the program. It is time for me to stop this cycle that I see in my family, and I don't want to pass it on to my children. And for me to really understand what it is to stand in this feminine power, in this perfect alignment of how we were designed to be as women. Women are the big piece in this consciousness changing. But we got to learn how to do that, sister. And I'm going to be dropping nuggets in the podcast. But, clearly us working together one-on-one, intensive. And this is a style of coaching I've never done before, where there's around-the-clock support. Because I know that it's needed. And that's why there's only so many spots that I can do this type of intense work with. So email me at drkarenosburn@gmail.com. Say, I would like to apply. And I will send you further instructions from there. So I will talk to you in the next episodes. Sister, a life of more is one step away from you understanding and claiming your worthiness every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosburn.com/newsletter.